My son has not made money in terms of this thing about, what are you talking about, China?
He is the vice president of the United States, and his son, his brother, and his other brother are getting rich. They're like a vacuum cleaner. They're sucking up money every
Trump,
place
thank
he goes.
you. We do need to move on.
Well, that was then-candidate Joe Biden denying his son was making any money off his foreign influence. But even the Washington Post is now admitting that Hunter Biden was cashing in to the tune of $4.8 million, thanks to a Chinese energy company with ties to the Communist Party. All of this, of course, confirmed via the laptop that the media buried for as long as they possibly could. And today, the White House press corps failed to ask a single question to the president on his implication in all of this. So since they didn't ask the president, we'll ask our next guest, the ranking member on the House Judiciary Committee, Ohio Congressman Jim Jordan. Sir, good to see you.
Good to be with you guys.
You know, if everything goes as we expect it to, you will be the chairman of the House Judiciary Committee. On Hunter's laptop, there's emails about a 10% payment to the big guy.
For the big guy,
right?
Yeah.
So we now know, according to even the liberal press, the laptop's real, the texts are real, the emails are real. So we got to assume that the big guy is real and the 10% payment is real. Senators Grassley and Johnson were able to get the receipts from this Chinese energy company to Hunter Biden. So what's the plan to kind of expose the president's role in this?
Well, I think the other thing to point out is the eyewitness was real as well 18 months ago, right before the presidential election, when Tony Bobulinski came forward. That was real. So you had a real laptop, real eyewitness, real emails, and you had the only thing that was fake was the news, and the only thing that seems fake is the statement you just played from then candidate Joe Biden, where he said his son wasn't profiting. And as you pointed out, Sean, $4.8 million. Here's the key takeaways in my mind we're going to look into this, to answer your question. Yeah, we have to look into this because the constituents are asking us to. The American people want to know the truth, particularly when it involves the first family. They want to get the facts. But for me, the key things here is two why questions. Why did big tech collude with big media to keep this story from the American people? So we sent out two letters today to Twitter and to Facebook asking for documents and communications they had right before the days before the presidential election. And then maybe the bigger why question is, why is the mainstream press all of a sudden talking about it? Think about it, Sean. You know this business. Yesterday, the Washington Post does a long story at 11 a.m. and then releases another one 4 minutes later. Two long stories, 11:04 a.m., 11 a.m. yesterday about this situation. Why suddenly are they now talking about this and confirming everything you and I and Lindsay knew and so many voters knew 18 months ago?
Congressman, that is such an interesting point that I do think will hopefully come to light at some point soon. But if you do become the chairman of the House Judiciary Committee, what will you be prepared to do? Will you be subpoenaing people? And if so, who is on that list?
Well, there's a number of key investigations we have to do. If, in fact, the voters put us back in charge and give us the majority, we got to look into this school board issue. We got to look into the border situation, the chaotic situation that has developed under Joe Biden, 2 million illegal immigrants coming across our border. Those are in our jurisdiction. We have to do those investigations. And then, of course, we have to look into this situation, too, particularly as it impacts big tech. It's why we sent the letters we did today to Twitter and to Facebook. So all that is there. How we go about exactly who may be subpoenaed, who may not. Some people may come forward. You just don't know. But right now, this is in the Justice Department. We know from the Washington Post story that there was someone in front of the grand jury just last month on the Hunter Biden investigation. We know, as been reported, there are tax concerns that are there with all the money he was receiving from foreign interests. And, of course, there's sort of that fundamental question that Sean alluded to, which is you have the email that says 10% from the big guy. The big guy, Joe Biden, we know went to Ukraine, told the Ukrainian leaders, fire this prosecutor, the same prosecutor who was beginning to look into Burisma, the company that was paying Hunter Biden thousands of dollars every single month. So, yeah, there's going to be investigations. How that progresses, we're not exactly sure yet.
Congressman, in the final 30 seconds, as you know, you can do all the investigations you want. If you send a referral to the Department of Justice, that Department of Justice is controlled by the Biden administration. The only way that I think you could probably get something real done is through an independent counsel. Will Republicans call for an independent counsel?
So some of us have already a special counsel to look into this. back even when it first was in the news a year and a half ago. So that may be the route that has to happen. But we do know right now the Justice Department is looking into it. Some people suspect, I don't know if this is accurate, but some people believe that the reason you're seeing the legacy media, the mainstream media now begin to talk about this is because they sense that a possible indictment is coming. I don't know if that's the case, but we'll have to wait and see.
Congressman Jim Jordan, thank you very much, and looking forward to the day that you grab that gavel as Judiciary Committee Chairman.
Thank you. Thanks, guys.